started planning our trip to Australia in 1986 to go on a teacher's exchange to Melbourne, Victoria.
Traveling in a freighter combi on a hippie trailhead full of zombies. I met a strange lady.
Melbourne is located on a big horseshoe-shaped bay.
She said, "Do you come from a land down under?"
The Yarra River runs right through the center of the city.
Can't you hear the thunder? You better run, you better take cover.
One of the best views of the city is all the way out to the mountains from the 34th floor of the Hyatt Hotel bathroom. Trams were all over the city.
He just smiled and gave me a Vegemite sandwich. And he said, "I come from a land."
We lived in our exchangee's house, which is about 30 minutes from Center City, Melbourne, in a very nice residential area.
Can you hear the thunder? You better run, you better take cover.
The Vic Market had all kinds of meats and produce that we rarely saw here.
Full of people just living to be heard. Future generations riding on the highways that we built. I hope they have a better understanding. Check it out. Going to work on Monday. Check it out. Got yourself a family. Check it out. All your utility and bills have been paid. Can't tell you best buddy.
There were just some places in the Grampians that we never would have been allowed to go to here without fences and all kinds of signs.
Check it out. Sleep with your back to your loved ones. It's all that we've learned.
kookaburras were very common and sounded like apes in African movies.
Sometimes question my own behavior. Talking about the girls I see on the slide. So tell our souls we're still the young lions. So check it out. Get too drunk on Saturday. Check it out. Playing football with the kids on Sundays. Check it out. Song with the Eagles all week long. And this is all that we've learned about living. This is all that we've learned about living.
I had taken my 5th grade class here for a week-long field trip, and we were walking in the mountains. I heard this, "Arrgh!" Here was a koala about 5 feet away looking at us. Million young poets screaming out your words. Maybe someday those words will be heard by future generations down the highways that we build. Maybe they'll have a better understanding. Check it out. They'll have a better understanding. Check it out. Maybe they'll have a better understanding. Check it out. Maybe they'll have a better understanding. Check it out. Hope they have a better understanding. Check it out. 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 There must be some way out of here, says the joker to the thief. The 12 apostles were monoliths that were carved out by the sea.
I can't get no relief. Businessmen may drink my wine, plowmen dig my earth. None of them along the line. Nobody's of any worth. No reason to get excited. The people kindly spoke. There are many here among us now, yeah, who feel like life is but a joke.
We came back to this spot, London Bridge, 24 years later, and it was gone.
No, no, no. So let us not talk falsely now, 'cause the hour is getting late. All along the watchtower,
If you ever have a staring contest with an emu, put your arm above your head and it will back off, thinking you're bigger. The lake in the background is salt water. The two in the front are freshwater. He visited some farmers in Victoria with some of our visiting farmer friends from Pennsylvania. Phillip Island is where the fairy penguins pop out of the water about dusk and walk up onto the beach to their rookeries. Very often out in the country, only half the road was paved. It was all yours until somebody came the other way.
Telling me I got to beware. I think it's time we stop. Children, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. There's battle lines being drawn. Nobody's right if everybody's wrong. Young people speaking their minds are getting so much resistance.
We skied about 2 hours away from where we lived in Melbourne in August.
What's going down? What a field day for the heat. 1,000 people in the street, singing songs and carrying signs, mostly say hooray for our side. It's time we stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. Strikes deep into your life, it will creep. It starts when
There was not enough level ground, so they buried people vertically.
the man come and take you away. We better stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going. We better stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going. We better stop now. What's that sound? Everybody look what's going. We better stop. Children, what's that sound?
They not only played cricket here, but Australian rules football was really popular.
Out here the nights are long, the days are lonely. I think of you and I'm working on a dream. I'm working on a dream.
A swaggy was a wandering worker going from town to town to look for work, sort of like what we had in the 1930s.
I'm working on a dream. I'm working on a dream. I'm working on a dream. Though sometimes it feels so far away. I'm working on a dream.
This was morning recess tea in the teacher's room. Usually they were drinking tea.
Rain pouring down, I swing my hammer. My hands are rough from working on a dream.
This lady butchered and produced her own sheepskins. We bought a couple from her.
I'm working on a dream. The trouble can feel like it's here to stay. I'm working on a dream. I love will chase the trouble.
During our 2-week September break, we went up the coast to the Great Barrier Reef, stopping here in Sydney first.
I'm working on a dream. I can feel so far away. I'm working on a dream. And our love will make it real someday. Sunrise come, I climb the ladder. A new day breaks in. I'm working.
The outside of the Sydney Opera House was made of many individual tiles,
I'm working on a
and this was a present from China. It's made and carved out of jade.
I'm working on a dream. I can feel so far away. I'm working on a dream. And our love will make it real someday. I'm working on a dream. I can feel.
The Tropic of Capricorn, so to speak, is the southernmost part the sun hits in the southern hemisphere.
On a rattlesnake speedway in the Utah desert, I pick up my money, head back into town, driving across the Waynesburg County line. I got the radio on, but it's just killing time. Working all day in my daddy's garage, driving all night, chasing some mirage. Pretty soon, little girl, I'm gonna take charge. Well, the dogs on Dixie Hall, but I understand if I can take one moment into my hands.
The curtain fig tree grows along another tree until it eventually kills it, but it survives well.
I done my best to live the right way. I get up every morning, go to work each day, but your eyes go blind, your blood runs cold. Sometimes I feel so weak, I just wanna explode, explode and tear this old town apart. Take a knife and cut this pain from my heart. Try to find somebody that's gonna stop by the start. Oh, dogs on Main Street Hall, but I understand if I can take one moment into my hands. Surrounding oh man, and I believe in a promised land.
The color of these underwater photos here do it no justice. It was some of the most brilliant colors I've ever seen, with all kinds of textures and just phenomenal. This bloke living in Cairns, Australia was showing us his cockatoo, and he had bird droppings all along his back. We had to be very aware of crocodiles. They were very stealthy. We took about a 2-hour boat ride to get out to the great part of the Great Barrier Reef. Canberra, the national capital, is in a beautiful setting surrounded by mountains. It's about 8 hours from Melbourne and 2 hours from Sydney. The Barossa Valley in South Australia is known for its many vineyards and excellent wine. This was a Lutheran church we came across on our travels. They used to use the tallest carry trees as fire towers, and I climbed to the top of one to take this picture. Western Australia is also known for its vineyards and fine wines. While traveling, we would often see buses of school children out on a field trip. This was a still used lighthouse at the extreme southwestern corner of Australia, close to Albany. It's hard to tell in this picture, but the little dots on the field are kangaroos. They had pretty much acted like our deer.
I see trees of green.
And then, more or less in the center of the whole country, is what used to be called Ayers Rock. And you used to be able to climb to the top on stairs and a cable, but they don't allow you to do that anymore.
What a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright blessed day, the dark sacred night, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry. I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I ever knew. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful world.